Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here for Naptime Nuggets number 12. We're going to talk about mastering stressful moments. Yes, but outside of the moment, because this is the thing. Young children need to learn to master stressful moments. It doesn't come naturally. All you have to do is watch some adults who get really stressed out to know this. Not all adults even have great reactions all the time. I know I do not. So how can we help children build the skills so they aren't the adults who are hitting, kicking, screaming like some do? How can we build the skills so that in those stressful moments, they're more likely to recover by themselves, which means less work for us, but more skills for the child. And at the end of the day, we can all win. We're going to conquer two major things. One is, how do we get a child in that stressful moment to calm down? It's going to depend on their natural stress response. And then the second piece is going to be outside of the moment, when they're calm, what are all the things that we can teach? And I have 5 hands-on examples, one that changed my life with my 6-year-old. So hang around. I'm going to give you some proven strategies for helping children learn to master stressful moments. All right, let's get started. So what we're going to do is think about, what do they need to calm? So I posted a picture on my Facebook that had a picture of 4 different children being touched. Hugged, loved, comforted, all with touch. Only one of those children seemed really open to the touch. And this is part of the trick. We have a natural gut response of what we want to do to help other people when they're stressed, but they may or may not do well with that response. So we talked about it a little bit last week. So if a child is going, ah, are we going to talk to them? Are we going to try and explain what they need to do differently? Are we going to try to hug them? No, if they're saying, back off, I need space. So then another reaction, the child might be going and pulling on the adult and clinging or whining. What are they needing? Somebody to hear them, some kind of support. Another child might walk away quietly and sit by themselves. They're already sending you the message of what they need. You go over, you get down at their level, you're trying to help them calm, and you start to observe something. They're getting more upset. So they're sending you a message. They need something different. What you do is you watch, how does the child respond when they're really, really upset? And that is going to give you an idea of what they need to calm down. And then you're going to adapt your response depending on the age. So for a little baby, you're going to literally watch the baby's cues and help that baby get their needs met. So this is tough. I remember somebody told me, boy, I had this infant. I tried everything to get the infant to calm. And so I finally had to just set her in the crib and walk away. And then she stopped crying. So what that baby needed was nobody to talk, no more stimulation. That baby needed quiet. So we can't, as adults, they don't have a printout. They don't give us a printout saying what it is that they need. They're going to give us physical, verbal, action-oriented messages. And it's up to us to try to read those messages. So babies, we read the messages, we help them calm, whether it's shushing or bouncing or giving them a lovey or hugging, holding, massaging, or giving them a break in their crib. We have to figure out what they need. They're only babies. Now, toddlers. Here comes the toddler. The toddler comes in screaming, yelling, falling apart. What do they need? They need something to calm. Maybe they need something to throw. Maybe they need a pillow to punch in because they're so upset. What do they need? Maybe they're clinging to you and crying. They're telling you they need a hug. And so you're going to give them what they need still, just like you do with an infant. However, in this case, you're going to start to say what it is that you're doing. Wow, you're really upset. Your body is so tense. You want to move. Come on, let's move. And you're going to help them move. Literally, you're going to help them get the movement they need because they're toddlers. They're not going to know how to do that by themselves. Now, by the time they're 3, 4, and 5 years old, you're not going to need to handhold as much anymore, especially if you taught them what they can do to calm. So I'm going to give you this list of tools, and then I'm going to have, that's going to take me about 3 minutes or so because there's several. I want you to do them with me, and then hopefully maybe with your kids this week if you haven't yet. So one of them is, get your hands ready. Everybody, I can see you. Okay, maybe I can't. but do it with me anyway so you can feel what this feels like, okay? So squeeze your hands really tight and then shake them. All right, now tense up your stomach, go, and then go, ah. So for kids, what you're gonna do is you're gonna give them a visual. You say, squeeze the oranges, shake off the juice. Squeeze the oranges, shake off the juice. Now, maybe if you're in childcare or you have some extra time as a parent, you might get some oranges, squeeze out all the juice, drink the juice, and then talk about what it feels like when you squeeze those oranges. That's going to really help them get it in their mind. So then when they're having a stressful moment, they might actually go, oh, and then shake if they've practiced it outside of the moment. So that's one. Second one is books. Now, I have one book today I'm going to show you, but I'm going to link to one in the notes that I'll put on the blog. The one that I was looking for is called Calm Down Time, but here's another one that helps teach a skill. So this is called Quiet and Loud. So you're sharing about really loud when kids are yelling and they're screaming and your ears hurt and what that feels like. And then quiet. What does a quiet voice sound like? And that's, you're going to read this book to them and you're going to talk about it. And you're going to talk about what we can do when we're mad besides yell. Can we go and grit our teeth? What can we do? So using books, I will link to some of those. There's a lot of them that really help children learn outside of the moment how to handle those difficult moments. Okay, number 3. Now, I'm not all for media, but I can tell you, and you might have noticed, there are some videos out there. I'm going to also link to this. On PBS, they have this link that you can go to the Daniel the Tiger shows and some other resources that actually teach kids how to do this. They teach the kids how to calm themselves down. So if you have any ideas about this, you can type them in right now too. You might have a favorite show or a favorite episode that you've noticed get kids doing something different. There's also another thing I'm going to have you do physically. Are you guys ready? You're still here with me? So what you're going to do is you're going to blow up a balloon. So breathe in, blow up the balloon, breathe in again. Really try and get your whole belly full of air and then let the air out. Kids think this is really fun and they like to do it. It's what's called a reset. So everybody do it with me. Breathe in, breathe in. So that's a balloon. Here's another one a parent showed me. Is you're blowing up the balloon, you go, blow up your balloon. Blow up your balloon bigger. Now let out all the air. See how silly that is? But with kids who are 3 to 5 and older, it's giving them a chance to use their breath and practice breathing outside of the moment. So then when you get near the moment, you can use a last tool I'm going to give you in just a minute. So now the kids are getting a little older. Let's say they're 5 or 6 years old. I'm going to show you the one that changed my 6-year-old's life. This is a major experiment. Are you ready for this? I have some tools. Now, Mary Sheedy Kersinkle showed me this, and I did it with my daughter. So I'm going to do it with you as if you're 4 or 5 or 6 years old. Are you ready? So get in your 4-year-old, 5-year-old brain because this is for older kids. Okay, so what you do is you take baking soda and you tell them, this is going to be really exciting. This is going to be really fun. We're going to build a volcano. Okay. So then you start, maybe you build a volcano a few times. And then what you do is you say, okay, what are some things that make you really mad? What makes you sad or really upset? Oh, when my friend takes my toy. Yes, when your friend takes your toy, that makes you mad. And you put in some baking soda. What else makes you mad? What makes you feel just sad or mad? When my mommy leaves me. Oh, when your mommy leaves you, yes, that makes you sad too. So you go on and you're doing this. You're building up over time. You're putting in as you share the things that stress you out. Now it's the end of the day and Johnny takes your toy again. Oh, Johnny takes that toy and you start bubbling up and you get so, oh no, it's bubbling over. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like your emotions are bubbling over? And the 4, 5, and 6-year-olds would be like, yeah. Right? So then here's the second step. I love this step. Do not miss this step. You take some cotton balls and you have them feel the cotton balls and you say, aren't these so soft? Don't they feel good? Sometimes I feel better when I get to hold something soft. It just feels good and it helps my body calm. What are some things that are your cotton balls? What do you do that feels good? And then as they share the cotton balls, which I want you to share now, what you do that feels good, you start to put the cotton balls into your volcano. What helps you? So some friends might say, when I get a hug, yes, when you get a hug, that's a really good cotton ball. Put it in there. When I get to go jump on the trampoline, yes, when you jump on the trampoline, you feel better. How about when you take a break in the calm area? Does that make you feel calm? So as they list, you get excited about that they're figuring this out, what they need to calm. You ready for this? You say, okay, now here comes Johnny. Johnny's gonna take your toy. He takes your toy, and look, you start bubbling up, but look, you don't bubble over. You don't bubble over, you're still calm. You might feel the bubbles inside, but you took deep breaths. You got a hug, you walked away, and it helped you not bubble over. This is what happened when I told my 6-year-old the story and I did the volcano with her. About 3 days later, we were rushing to get out of the house. And I was, per usual, as my daughter would say, we're running around. I'm like, come on, we need to go. We're going to be late. We're running out to the car. And all of a sudden, my 6-year-old goes, Mom, my sister was making me so stressed. I could feel my bubbles bubbling up. So I closed my eyes and I took a deep breath and I could feel my bubblies coming down. Yes, you did it, Haley. You felt your bubbles coming up and you had control. You managed to still keep control in that very difficult moment. Good for you. And now I can build on that skill, right? And thankfully, she's made it. 22 years old. She's beautifully, wonderfully capable of handling those stressful moments. I'm sure she still has difficult moments today. And it took prompting, it took support in order for her to really, really get this. They need to learn to communicate about what they're feeling, but also to notice when these big emotions are rising up and what they can do about them. So I hope I gave you some tips or tools that you're going to bring with you today, hands-on things that you can do in the moment and just outside of the moment to teach children the skills that they need to learn in order to really be able to master their own stressful moments. The reality is by 7, 8 years old, they should no longer be tantruming. So if you have a child in your care who still is, get assistance. I will also put a couple links that might be helpful for you, but your local school district can help. There's a lot of organizations out there that can give you support and guidance during that difficult time. But really, it's going to be through interaction with us and learning and teaching that's going to build those self-regulation skills needed for children to thrive, not only today, but for life. Over and out. Thank you for joining me today for Naptime Nuggets number 12.